is about preaching. Maybe God just does me this way. I had a Brother Charles sermon going. I had a page full of scriptures. And, this afternoon I got home and as I was getting ready for church, I told Sister Robin, I said, well, I got the same message I had to start with. I said, it's the same topic, but it's a different set of scriptures. And I guess I figured it out. Because my first sermon I was working on was for y'all. It had, because y'all were ones here, so it had to be for y'all. Well, as I sat down and night before last and last night, I had me some scriptures wrote out, a few little notes and stuff. And then this afternoon when I got home and I was just getting out of the tub to get ready for church, and they called me from the funeral home, and I had to go take care of some business with them. And the Lord just kept on dealing with me to go this other direction. And I figured it out just before I got up. I'm like, no wonder you want me to do it this way, because this is for me. So, I'm gonna preach to me again. And if it hits you too, then that's just be a double blessing. And the title of my sermon, I don't usually do a title until I read something, but I feel like I need to tell you my title is But God. And it sounds really good when you say it that way. So what's going to happen but God stepped in? About 2.5 years ago, when I was going to have surgery, they told me I had cancer. I don't know about you, but when they told me I had cancer, it scared me to death. But God decided I didn't. So, but taking I don't know what kind of, Sister Val, you're the English teacher in here, so I don't know what kind of quotation marks you need to make it say what I want it to say. But it kind of, but God I'm talking about to start with is kind of like when you was a kid and your mama told you to go clean your room, and you say, but Mama. So I guess I don't know what your quotation marks will be up here, but God. Mm-hmm. So if you'll turn, just remain seated. I got several scriptures to read. In Exodus, the 3rd chapter, 11th verse. And God said, told Moses, you're going to lead my children into the promised land out of Egypt. It says, and Moses said unto God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh, that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? Automatically, Moses said, but God, I can't do this. Has God ever put something on your heart and the first thing you thought, God, I can't do that? Exodus 4th chapter, the 1st verse. He told him again. It says, and Moses answered and said, but, behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken to my voice, for they will say, the Lord hath not appeared to thee. There again, but God, they're not going to listen to me. Over 10. And Moses said to the Lord, and this is what I told God when he asked me to start preaching. I'm not eloquent. I know I'm not because I can't hardly say it. I'm not exactly sure what it means, so I can't be that. Neither heretofore nor since thou hast spoken to thy servant, but I am slow of... See, I can't even read it. I'm slow of speech and of a slow tongue. Moses come up with every excuse in the world. But God, I can't. You know, I can't do this. 6:30. Well, now, all these different things is happening, and Moses goes and talks to Pharaoh, and he comes back and says, you know, he says, and Moses said before the Lord, behold, I am of uncircumcised lips. How shall Pharaoh hearken unto me? He's making all these excuses of why he can't do what God's told him he can't do. And we're all guilty. I'm guilty. I don't know about y'all. I guess I should say I'm guilty. Because I don't know what God's told you. I don't know if you ever said, but God. 14th chapter, starting with the 10th verse. It says that when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them. And they were so afraid, the children of Israel cried out to the Lord. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. And Moses said unto the people, but God, no, he's all of a sudden he's getting a little bit of boldness to himself. I know he's scared. I would have been. He says, fear not. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. So not only now, I guess it kind of goes on what's been said on the report, but whatever you have in the pulpit is what out here. So all through the first few chapters, Moses said, but God. Well, then when Moses decides, hey, it's going to be all right, well, the children of Israel, they didn't figure it out. But God, why did you bring us here? What, you brought us out here to die. At least we was having to work, but we was getting fed. We wouldn't have to worry about dying. So, all right, we're going to the 21st chapter, 21st verse, I'm sorry. So Moses is true, but God. And of course, God spoke to him and told him what to do. And he says, and Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. There was a song the Rambo sung years ago, and I sat down when I got here a while ago, and I could remember the first verse, and but I wasn't fixing to try to sing it because that's about all I could remember. And it says, the first verse said, God told Moses, you're my man, to lead my people to the promised land. I want you to go tell Pharaoh to let my people go. It says, but Moses had a little bit of doubt and said, Lord, he won't let them out. But God parted the waters of the old Red Sea and made a way. I've got way more but God's than Moses had. Brother Roy, I could sit down and probably think back today. But God, why didn't you make me rich instead of so pretty? How many have... I'm being funny, so I'm glad you laughed. How many of us has asked, but God, what? Mm-hmm. But I've had way more of the chapter 14, but God's. I've testified about it, mothers testified, and people probably get tired of hearing it, but if you're the one run over by a train, then you're glad to talk about it. Yeah. So if you're tired of hearing me testify about it, I'm sorry, I'm going to testify about it again. Train in a school bus. ripped my leg, almost the little piece of meat on the calf of my leg, and I got Riddle legs, so the calf muscle was a little bitty. That's all I was holding my foot on. The doctor says, if we saved it, it'll be a little shorter than the other. Then later on, and I don't find this out till I'm grown, they were scheduled to cut my leg off because it wasn't healing. But God, you know, it'd be easy for me to sit there, and of course at 10 years old, I don't guess you think about why this happened. It'd be easy to sit there, but God, why did you have to? You know, sometimes I think God allows things to happen just so He can show out at the end. Because the leg's supposed to be shorter, then it's supposed to be not there at all, but God decided to keep it and make it longer. Because when God does it, He don't do it halfway. About 4 years ago, Sister Robin had a checkup. Her blood work come back crazy. We went to see a specialist. There's a lot of stuff happening in the family at the time. We was keeping it to ourselves because there's too much other stuff going on. And this doctor just happened to be the doctor we saw. So this is one of my but God moments. This doctor sits down with us and he looks at her charts, he looks at 10 years previous, and he said, okay, this is what's wrong. And he come out with this big old long word. I just like, oh, no. I had one of my other but God moments. Brother Richie, then he explained what this big long word was. Basically, somebody has to start the normal. You know, if you get 10 people, their numbers is here, well, that must be normal. So this is what we're going to judge. We got these 10 people, so we got 10 million going to be judged by this 10. Well, my wife's numbers wasn't what these were. But God stepped in and said, well, her numbers have been like this all the time. So there's nothing. It just means she's above normal. I didn't say abnormal, I said above normal. I've had but God moments. I could sit down and think about things that I was driving my brother's 63 Ford truck one day, and 2 weeks before I was getting my driver's license. And I decided all I was supposed to do was taking off the garbage. Well, we lived on a gravel road, so I don't know about how teenagers are today, but probably much like I was. And so I went, it's 200 yards to where you take the garbage off, so I have to go somewhere else. And I'm going down the road, and I'm spinning the tires. Brother Roy know all about spinning tires, and man, I didn't get this truck fishtailing. And I look up, and here comes the school bus. I should have been gone right then, but God, He stepped in. Didn't get hurt, other than my feelings, I guess, and the fact that I couldn't go get my license then after that, because you got to be punished for something, or somebody. But, God could have let me not sing my birthday 2 weeks later. God stepped in. I've had so many but God moments. My mother diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis a few years ago. No cures. They were fixing to send her to Birmingham to be a guinea pig. She comes up here, she said, I've got pulmonary fibrosis and I don't want it. So God says, okay, you don't have it no more. But I don't ever want to go back to the Exodus chapter 3 but God, or the chapter 4 or the chapter 6. I want to be with the chapter 14, but God stepped in. I don't ever want to remember. To me, when I say but God, the other way, it's almost like I failed Him. because I don't believe what he's fixing to do. I want to be chapter 14, but God. I want to remember the times he stepped in, Sister Johnny, when I shouldn't have made it. Look, I'm sure there's times that God has stepped in that we know nothing about. You know, the things that could have happened down the road that didn't happen. I'm so glad that, as another song goes, that he looked beyond my faults. Because I have so many. But God sent his son to die on the cross to take care of my sins. You know, Brother Stephen, that's one of the best but gods around to me. When he decided to send his son to die in my spot, knowing that somewhere down the road I'll be saying, but God, Jesus almost said that, you know, when he said, you know, because he asked God, why have you forsaken me? So I guess it's okay sometimes to ask, as long as we know in the back of our mind he's going to take care of it. He may not always take care of it the way we want him to, Sister Val. You know, you just ask him for prayer that he'll want it. A lot of times we pray, we want what we want, and we want what we want when we want it. But God knows all about it. He knows when we need it, he knows how we need it, and he knows what we need. I don't ever want to forget, but God. God pray for me.